Okay, what's going on, you guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Fortnite Mythbusters. It's been a long time since I've last uploaded, and I want to let you guys know uploads are officially back. Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2 is literally in like 4 days, and that's motivated me to upload a lot more because obviously we're getting new content in Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2, and we desperately needed that. So I just want to let you guys know uploads will be just about every other day. If not every other day, it'll be every couple of days. So make sure to turn on those post notifications to be active once again. Anyways, guys, just like always, if you do have a myth you would like me to test in the next or future episodes of the Fortnite Mythbusters, make sure to go down in the comments and drop a comment of a myth for a pretty good chance to have it featured in the next or future episodes. And at any moment, if you do enjoy today's video, feel free to consider leaving a like. Let's see if we can smash 10,000 likes on today's episode. That would be insane. Subscribe, turn on those post notifications to never miss another Mythbusters episode, and let's get into it. Jumping straight into the first myth. The first myth is, what happens if an item is upgraded or side graded at the exact same time as another player? So around the map, there's a lot of these upgrade machines where you basically put in materials like wood, metal, brick, and you could upgrade your weapon from, let's say, a blue AR to a purple scar. So what happens if you do this at the exact same time as another player when they're upgrading their weapons? When I tried this out, surprisingly, it will actually allow your player to upgrade it at the exact same time as the other player. And the really only issue here is that, let's say when I upgraded a gray weapon to a green weapon, the green glow that comes from the upgrade machine itself will kind of glitch out for a second as soon as the next person upgrades theirs. We also tested the same thing out where he would upgrade his weapon while I would side grade mine at the exact same time, and it wasn't much of an issue at all either. So I guess it's good to know that you and your friends could upgrade weapons at the exact same time to kind of save a lot of time in game. I mean, that's like a good 10 seconds. It kind of adds up. I don't know. Going into the next myth is, can you get a collateral with a sniper rifle? In the patch notes of Fortnite Chapter 2, right when it came out, there were rumors that you're now able to collateral with a sniper rifle, and I have yet to put that to the test, so here we are today. I tested this exact same myth out way back in Fortnite Chapter 1 Season 2 or 3. That just goes to show you how long I've been doing these Mythbuster episodes, and unfortunately back then you were unable to collateral with a sniper rifle. After trying this exact same myth here in Fortnite Chapter 2, no matter what I did, no matter what type of sniper I used, if it was vaulted or unvaulted, if the player in front already took damage prior to the shot, you unfortunately are not able to collateral with the sniper rifle. It really doesn't make sense. I don't know why Fortnite hasn't added this either, because in real life, sniper bullets, like, from what I know, obviously they're freaking massive bullets and do a lot of damage. Collaterals in Fortnite definitely is a feature I think that should be added into the game at some point though. Going into the next myth is, what happens when you try to upgrade a vaulted weapon? I mean, in a real game, if a weapon is vaulted, it's out of the game for good, so not really like this will affect you. But let's say maybe like an LTM comes out and heavy snipers return, or like a heavy shotgun or jump shotguns. I'm pretty sure that's the thing, right? If any of those type of weapons return, I tried this out, and surprisingly you are able to upgrade most weapons. There were a few, like the purple heavy shotgun, you were not able to upgrade it to legendary. Same with I believe the heavy sniper as well. There were a few weapons that you were not able to upgrade, even though they do have a better version of themselves, that legendary version or that rare version. It really doesn't make sense, but there are a few specific guns which might maybe point us in a direction to what might be unvaulted here soon. Going into the next myth is, what happens when a clinger gets stuck on you and you jump into a hay bale, a trash can, or even a porta potty? Specifically with this myth, I tried it out with a clinger getting stuck to me and I jump into a hay bale, since that seems to be the most common type of things that players jump in. It's obviously going to be the same outcome per item. So if you jump into a porta potty or even a garbage can, it will still protect you. You won't take any damage. The surrounding object, the porta potty, the hay bale, they will break or at least take damage. It depends on how many hit points they have. and your player itself will not take any damage. Think of it as you're wearing a bush and you get hit by a sniper bullet. You won't take any damage, which is good to know. I thought this is actually very useful because clingers, they do have a pretty good chance to come back. They're like an item that was all around pretty good, not too overpowered, and definitely OG. Jumping straight into the next myth is, since knocked players get revived when you get a victory royale, what happens if you yeet your teammate as soon as you get their win? I tested this out in a custom matchmaking game mode. That way I didn't have to go through a whole game and kind of gamble whether or not I was holding my teammate while we were going to win the match. So I had my teammate knocked. As soon as my teammate was knocked, I had my second account, which was on my phone, on the enemy team, jump off of a super high ledge. That way they would basically kill themselves, giving me the victory royale. And literally as soon as my second account was about to hit the floor, I threw my teammate, and in midair, he stood up. He literally landed on his feet. It was pretty cool to see, though. I'm pretty sure definitely this was, I'm one of the first people to ever do this as well, because think of how often you're carrying your teammate while there's only one player left. I mean, if there's one player left and that player dies, you're not going to throw your teammate literally the second he dies. You kind of get what I'm saying. So this is good to know. Not like it really matters anyways, because if this does happen, you are getting the victory royale. Going into another myth that revolves around the hay bales. This one is, what happens when a hay bale or even a garbage can breaks as you're jumping into them? It's pretty common that you'll see players actually hiding in these because, I mean, you basically have protection from all around. Nobody could see you in them. They only could hear you in them. You don't have to waste any materials, and it protects you from bullets until it fully breaks. So you'll often find people in these hay bales. If you're unlucky enough to basically be jumping into a hay bale and it breaks while you're in midair, you're kind of screwed for just a second, because let's say you're in the hay bale and it breaks. Your player will kind of do this weird animation where he's like looking around, you know, like breaking out of it. That exact same thing will happen, but this time you're in air. It'll automatically push you straight down to the ground, and your player will do that same exact animation. And while you're in that animation, you are not able to build, you're not able to pull out any weapons, so you're kind of standing still for a good 2 to 3 seconds, which could definitely cost you the game in some cases. So, you know, this is a pretty good tip just in case this ever does happen to you in a game. I highly doubt it will, but it's just good to know anyways, you know. Going into the next myth is, what happens when you go into a cannon while you're carrying your own teammate? The new season is right around the corner. We've been asking for mobility to get added back in Fortnite. They definitely seem like they might add cannons back in. I'm not gonna lie, like, it's a pretty good item. It has mobility in a way where you just launch yourself. I don't see why they wouldn't bring them back, really. Let's say cannons do get added back and you are trying to carry your knocked teammate. You're unfortunately gonna have to set them down if you do want to get into the barrel of the cannon, because as soon as you're carrying a teammate, that option to get into the barrel or even to push a cannon, it goes away completely, which entirely makes sense. So if this does happen in a real game, you're gonna have to set your teammate down. You're gonna have to revive him. That way both of you could get into the cannon, or you could just you could ditch your teammate behind. You basically take the L on them, you know. Yeah, remind me to never say that again. That was a little bit cringy, but you guys get what I'm trying to say here. Jumping straight into the next myth is, does the storm tracker from Fortnite season 9 work here in Fortnite chapter 2? The storm tracker was actually a weapon, which was, I mean, it was pretty good competitive wise. It's a sniper rifle where you look down the scope. It has a little screen which will tell you exactly where the next storm is forming. So when I try this out here in Fortnite chapter 2, unfortunately it will not show the storm, which makes sense. You know, it's not supposed to show the storm here in chapter 2. It's not meant to even be in the game. But what's weird is that it shows the old layout of the Fortnite map. It shows the Fortnite season 1 map, or I guess Fortnite chapter 1 map, here in Fortnite chapter 2. And what's even crazy is I first tried it in the bottom left of the map. I then went to the far right side of the map, and my dot on the map actually changed. So it's still registering where your player is. It's just not the exact same shape. I thought this was pretty cool, and it brings back a little bit of some memories from Fortnite chapter 1. You know, you see the old layout of the map, you automatically recognize exactly where certain POIs are. You know, like, you remember that map, and we haven't played it in like 6 months. It's already been that long. Time goes by quick. Anyways, guys, I hope you have enjoyed today's episode. If you have, make sure to leave a like, and also subscribe to the channel if you are new. Turn on those post notifications to never miss another episodes of the Fortnite Mythbusters. Guys, uploads are finally back. I will be uploading as much as I can, and Fortnite Chapter 2 Season 2 is literally right around the corner. So let's let's get some hype for that. Make sure to go follow me on Instagram as well as Twitter to stay updated with everything that I do, and if you want to see some awesome gameplay videos, and I'll see you guys next time.